What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Nollywood Life Podcast, the show where we delve into the life and struggles of filmmakers and content creators in Nigeria, particularly the ones that have not blown. I am your host, Kevin T. Solomon, and we are back. And I know what all of you are thinking. Kevin, where have you been? This podcast has been dormant for years at this point. Has it been years now? Yeah, the last time I actually dropped an episode on the Nollywood Life Podcast was in 2022, I believe. And I took a long-ass hiatus, and I can explain. Let me explain. I have two reasons. One is valid and the other one is just an outright excuse that every content creator gives for not making content. I'm sure some of you already know it, but I want to give the first one. The first reason is because during the first season of the Nollywood Life podcast, I did not feel comfortable talking about some things because I didn't feel like there was enough substantial evidence out there to give me the authority per se to be able to talk about the things that I was talking about. And so I went out there and really just wanted to make stuff, make films, act in films, do stuff so that when I'm coming to this place to give you a gist, there's evidence, there's a film. You can open a Netflix or a Showmax or somewhere and see a film that has my credits in it so you guys can watch it and be like, oh yeah, he's right, he knows what he was saying, he was there. That's the real reason. And then the second reason is, you know how content creating is. It's hard. And every emerging content creator wants to bring out the best that they think that they can. And a lot of times they always lump it in, or they limit it to the fact that they don't have certain equipment. This is what I did because I don't have camera, I don't have mic, I don't have the best of light that I own by myself, and everyone just wants to wait till they have that right thing. They're waiting for the perfect time, and all of a sudden you realize that you're getting lost in the whole purpose because you forget why you even wanted to create content in the first place and actually had nothing to do with this equipment. So I decided to say fuck it and just continue creating like that. Right now I'm using this lavalier microphone that is my own, that I bought by myself some years ago, and I still have it. And now that's what I'm going to be using. The sound is not bad. And I'm also recording this episode on my phone. So, yeah. Until somebody says, Kevin, this camera, take a dash, you use it and be making content. This is how I'm going to be recording every single episode of the Nollywood Life podcast. T further notice. I also actually did consider renting cameras and studio spaces, but how long can you keep that up, especially when it's not churning out revenue just yet? In the beginning it's usually for fun. I cannot be paying so much when I'm doing this for fun. All I want to do is to just talk about my Nollywood experience, and so that's what I'm going to do. And God, this my room is so stuffy. Damn. I'm actually recording this in my room and I'm not opening the windows because I have noisy neighbors. So, yeah. For those of you that are actually watching this, those of you that are not watching this on YouTube are actually enjoying because you get to miss out on a lot of the shenanigans here. I don't know whether that is enjoyment or not, but you know what? You get the gist. I just want to talk. Anything that comes to my mind that has anything remotely to do with the life in Nollywood. That is what this podcast is for. And yeah, it's going to be unfiltered, and I'm going to try my best to be very respectful to you guys, the audience, because I'm a very unhinged person naturally. But today I'm going to talk about something that I feel like I should have talked about a long time ago, but since I'm bringing this podcast back, I feel like now is the best time to just talk about it. And yeah, is the elephant in the room, this t-shirt that I'm wearing. The origin, Madam Koi Koi. Yeah. I don't know. I know. I know why. But I don't know why it was the case. That not many people can see me and instantly recognize that I was in the origin Madam Koi Koi showing on Netflix, which is actually my fault. I contributed to it because I didn't really put myself out there like that. I just posted the film and I was like, oh yeah, origin is out. I was on it. Bye-bye. Jokes, Adro, everybody else were really hawking this film on their head. I need to work on that. But I actually did media rounds. A lot of them just never got released, and the ones that did, okay, the only one I really remember that got released was the interview I did with Jude Chukwuka on TVC. But I feel like those people are not going to want to see me again, because when I was there, I mean, the vibes were there and everything. Where I started to have issues with TVC, and literally anyone that I interact with that has to like do anything with my name, was after the interview came out, I saw that they wrote Kelvin instead of Kevin when they wrote my name everywhere, and I was livid. I think I went all out safe on YouTube, but then I deleted the comment because after a while, but like I was really badly hurt, and then just became like uninterested in doing any other media round because I was not confident that they'd get my name right. That's just one thing I struggle with a lot. Heck, even channels. I did an interview with channels and even AIT, and they still wrote Kelvin. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll work on that. But yeah, as a result, it can be a good thing and sometimes it might not be great. But I get to just stroll on the street and nobody knows that this guy is that guy that was in the film. Unless you either know me personally or you happen to see me right there while you're watching the film and you just put two and two together and you're like, wait, this guy looks like this guy. But really, not many people know that I was Tokumbo in the original Madam Koi Koi, but I'm him. Yes, I'm him. And yeah, right now for this episode, I really just want to talk about the experience filming that, because it was fun. That was my first real set at that scale in Nollywood, and I enjoyed it. And the audition process for that for me especially, was very, very somehow, because I almost wasn't going to be on that film. The production company, Display Universal Studios, that produced the film, I actually happened to work in the company as an in-house editor. And so I knew when the whole development and everything was going on. And then I actually was interested in the script, because there were a lot of young people in it. And at the time, even still till now, but yes, at the time especially, there really weren't a lot, if any at all, mainstream movies, TVs, or whatnot that had the attention more on younger characters, which has always been a dream of mine to star in a film, a project that was surrounding young people, coming of age films, teen drama. I technically grew out of a lot of teen kind of stories, but I really, really wanted to do a film where I get to play teenagers and I just be a young person. And I told Jay at the time, I want to be in this film. At first, I wanted to be Lashe. And Jay was like, oh no, you're not going to do any of this in a beg. And I was like, he said you're going to do DIT. I can never forget it. And I think this is the first time I'm really talking about it. And if Jay sees it, he might actually have my head. But I'll figure out a way to deal with that. But yeah, I was supposed to be the digital image technician on the set anyway. And I told Jay that if I don't get an acting role on this film, I'm not coming to this set to do anything. And I was serious. I knew that I was going to be broke for a while, but I was willing to live with it. But then I also told you that, you know what, just so it will not be some sort of nepotism, I'm going to audition. And whatever character you see fit for me, I'll take it. But I'm not coming to the set if I don't have an acting role in it, because I want to act in this film. So auditions came around, everyone came and we did the auditions, and everyone was awkward as heck. And from the video, I think there is a video on Display's YouTube channel where we had our auditions, like we reacted to our auditions. So yeah, that's really how it was. It wasn't entirely awkward. I don't think it was awkward at all. At least not for me. I was just scared because I was on both sides of the panel. And I really just wanted to get the role. And then after the auditions, like days passed, I think it was up to a week or two, Jay calls me and was like, okay, so you are Tokumbo now. So actually, this is what happened. Tokumbo and Kayode were characters that in my own opinion, at least, anybody could play. There wasn't entirely any specific type of person that was required to play these characters, unlike Edna, Amanda, and Lachey. Like, Jay really wanted like a specific kind of look, actor, performance. Tokubo and Kayode, they were just... I mean, it's not like he was looking for anything mediocre, but anyone that is good at their craft could have played it. And so Jay calls me and is like, so who do you say you want to play again, Tokubo or Kayode? And I was like, I read the script. Which character has more lines? Because I want to like push myself when it comes to like the line aspect. But then I didn't really remember again who had more lines. So I just went with Tokumbo, and I told him, okay, Tokumbo. And then he said, okay, fine, cool. Hands up the phone. Apparently I'm Tokumbo now. And we come to the set. And it was fun. We get to the set and we now really get to really interact with each other. And when I say we, I mean we the younger actors. Because, I mean, this was like a good opportunity to put ourselves out there. And I really like how Chooks and Ejiro and Martha and who else? Everybody, actually. I like how everybody like milked the opportunity. But being on that set, it didn't even feel like we were on set, because like everyone already got to know each other. Every morning at breakfast before we go to the set, it was a wonderful time. When we weren't filming, we were either playing with each other. Oh my god, that sounded so wrong on so many levels. We were either hanging out like in one of the other actors' rooms, chilling, or we're going out to buy things, going shopping, coming back, having breakfast, having dinner. Anytime we weren't filming, we were always together, just having fun and also breaking down our script, which was actually a cool thing, because I didn't think it was something we were going to do. I thought everyone was going to come to the set and would just be awkward and just be like, oh, hi, hello, we'll go. After taking your scenes, you would... But like the chemistry was there, and I would like to believe that you could see it in the scenes, especially the ones where all of us were together, the young. It was just a fun experience. But the highlight for me, Shao, is getting to have scenes with Ireti Doyle. I mean, I used to watch Ireti Doyle as a child in most of her films. I can't name any on top of my head because she has done so many. But like being in the same room with her a lot of the times, it was... I don't even know how to describe it. Ireti Doyle actually give us like pep talks sometimes. I remember there was this time, I think it was on the first day, when she was asking all of us, we young actors, that have you guys done this before? I mentioned this on another podcast I did with Claire, on Claire's deck. You guys should check out Claire's deck. She's really cool. But yeah, I remember Ireti Doyle was talking to us and was asking all of us, have you done this before? Everyone was saying yes, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And then she asked me, what about you? Have you done this before? And I was like, I mean, I have, but not on this scale. And she was like, why are all you young actors like this? You guys are supposed to be confident in yourself. When you are asked if you've done this before, you say yes. Haven't you acted before? I said, yes, ma'am, I've acted. She was like, so why are you hesitating? Be confident, say yes. And I was like, yes, ma'am. So Ireti Doyle gave me advice. And it was awesome. Because now, even though it actually is true, I can say with more confidence that, are you an actor? Yes, I'm an actor. Have you acted before? Yes. And there's evidence, because there's a film on Netflix with my name on it. It's cool. It's awesome. What else do I even have to say? Like, there's really so much that I would like to say about the experience of being on this film that I don't think I can do in one episode. And I'm also trying this thing where I'm trying to keep each episode of this podcast under 20 minutes, because it's pre-recorded, so there's really not supposed to be any like shenanigans of any sort that can really elongate it. But yeah, if you guys really want to get more gist about what it really was like filming the origin Madame Koi Koi, if you're watching this or listening to this on any platform that can allow you to leave a comment, and I will find out if the information is something that I can divulge, and then I'll talk about it in another episode. But for now, this is where I'll bid you guys adieu while I prepare for a much more structured episode next week for you guys, because I really want to keep this podcast going and try and be as consistent as I can possibly be. and just talk to you guys. I just want to talk to you guys about my experience. I have been busy doing a couple of other projects. I was on Kidnapped, an African Magic's original film, and that is currently showing on Showmax. I played MJ, and I also edited that film. But let's not focus on the editing. Let's focus more on the fact that I acted as MJ in the film. But then I also did another film, Fatal Obsession. I don't know if it is on Showmax, but I do know that every now and then it just magically appears on African Magic. So one day you might just be sitting down, and then the next film that you're going to show on whichever African Magic channel that you're on would happen to be Fatal Obsession. And you can watch it. You will see me there. I didn't really appear much there. I only had like a few scenes. But just because I'm there in the film, and I also edited that film, you have to watch it. I don't want to know how you want to do it. Find it and watch it, and come back, get back to me about what you think about it. And I'm working on a couple of other stuff. I'm still auditioning, so if you're a producer and you happen to stumble on this podcast, please cast me. I'm a very smart young boy. I can do things that you want me to do as a young boy, not any other kind of things. But literally anything, just cast me, please, cast me. I'm putting myself out there, you know. Still have a couple of short films on the way and other projects I'm working on. I'm writing as well. I'm writing my own stuff. I really want to break that stigma that surrounds someone called it Netflix Nollywood, I be YouTube Nollywood. So like this genre of young Nigerian stories that is just not relatable, and I'm trying to like write actual relatable stuff. No shade to anyone that is making content that people are deciding is unrelatable, because they can relate to it. I personally can relate to a lot of them, but I just watch them anyway because we're supporting ourselves here. But I'm going to call it spade a spade. All of them is not relatable, so I'm trying to write my own stuff and see how I can get them produced and put it out wherever it can be put out, so at least young Nigerians can actually watch a film and be like, yeah, I like that, I see myself in that, you know, that kind of vibe. God, I feel like this episode alone is going to cause a lot of problems for me. But I don't mind it. I will try my best to resolve all of them, but I'm just going to call things as they are, or at least the way I see them. And yeah, hopefully I get to have more people on this podcast, because I like talking to people. So if anybody else that wants to be on this podcast and you are an industry person, hit me up. Let's have a discussion and talk about things, the life and struggles of being an actor or a filmmaker, or just a content creator in general in Nigeria. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes for all of us that a lot of people don't know, and if they did, they'd not go as hard on us as they normally do whenever we drop a film or a skit or any piece of content, because if they were the ones that had to create these things, we insult them even more. But for now, that's really all I have for you guys today. So thanks for taking out the time that you had to out of your life to listen to this podcast or to watch it, whichever one you did. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's see if we can start getting ginger to put more stuff like this out there. And don't worry, I'll find time. Every content creator that says that they haven't had time is because if you really look at it, they have not really structured themselves very well in the way that they will make out time. I don't know if I have structure. All I know is that I want to be consistent with this. So I will do my best to give you guys a new episode every week for as long as this season lasts. When I say this season, this Nollywood Live podcast season, you understand? But yeah, I feel like I've said too much already. So for now, I'll bid you guys adieu again. 2 adios. Do it if it is easy. You cannot do it. Anyway, thanks guys for listening, and subscribe to the channel and the podcast wherever you get the podcast. You guys can follow me on literally any social media platform at Kevin T Solomon. Not Kelvin, Because a lot of people are always making that stupid mistake of calling me Kelvin. My name is Kevin, not Kelvin. If you write Kelvin, you will not see me because that person does not exist. Kevin T. Solomon on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, anywhere. Shoot me a DM with questions or just topics that you would like me to talk about in the next episode, and I will see if I can get to them. And with that is a third adieu. You know what? I think I feel like it is best to just do the Gen Z jump cuts so that I will not have to say another goodbye. So I think I'm just going to